Time now is 7:48. Today, voters in Kentucky and Oregon get their chance to weigh in on the presidential race. Democrats Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama are expected to split the two states, with Clinton taking Kentucky, Obama winning in Oregon. Obama is likely to reach a significant milestone today as well. He only needs 17 more delegates to clinch a majority among the pledged delegates. It's only a symbolic tipping point, but according to analysts, it could convince even more superdelegates to move his way. Let's go up to Portland, Oregon now, where our political analyst Mark Curtis is. Good morning, Mark.
Ross, good morning. I know you lived in Portland for a time. Guess what? It's raining here.
Yeah, you have to always have your umbrella in Portland. How's that going to affect the turnout there at the primary?
Well, I tell you what, it's interesting because Portland is the only state in the country that has almost 100% mail-in ballots, and 40% of people have already cast their ballots. The other thing we can tell you, the cameraman's going to push off here, you can see the official mail-in ballot box behind me. They're just like mailboxes, and people at a steady stream have been pulling up here and dropping their ballots off. So you would think that the rain, you know, in a traditional voting state such as California, where people have to walk to the polls and such, might affect the turnout here, where you can vote by car. It's looking like we're going to have a record turnout despite the rain.
When you vote like that, Mark, does it delay the results somewhat?
You know, I don't know, since I've never covered an election here.
Right.
People can drop these ballots off until 8 o'clock tonight. I would imagine it is quite time-consuming to process these, run them through the computers. But the television stations here are saying they should have results, you know, shortly after the 8 o'clock hour. Of course, I think some of the ballots that have already been cast, you know, days and weeks ago have already been counted anyway.
You know, the run-up to these primaries have Hillary Clinton winning Kentucky sizably and Barack Obama doing the same in Oregon. But the polls are now showing that Hillary Clinton could come in even closer in Oregon.
You're right. There's a new Suffolk poll that came out today showing the spread at just 4%. Obama still leading by 4 percentage points. He was up here in Oregon by as many as 12 to 18 percentage points over the past several polls. So either this is an anomaly in polling, or Hillary Clinton, who has not spent a lot of time in the state, is pulling closer. Bill and Chelsea Clinton were here over the weekend, but Hillary herself has been mainly in Kentucky this week campaigning.
Over the weekend, Barack Obama had a huge rally. They say one of the biggest of his campaigns. He's very popular in Oregon.
Well, it was something else to see. I've heard crowd estimates from, 62 to 70,000 people, and the people in the Barack Obama campaign saying it is the largest public rally he has had. So, yes, he's very popular in the state. It's certainly a state he would, if we presume he is going to be the nominee, a state he must win in November to become president of the United States. But Oregon is typically voting Democratic.
They say only a few delegates, pledged delegates, are needed for him to be at a majority. What does that mean to this nomination?
Well, it does not mean he has the nomination per se, but it is certainly symbolic. Once he goes past the, 50% mark in pledged delegates, that's a very persuasive argument he can then make to the superdelegates who are still undecided. He can look at them and say, look, I've got the most popular votes, I've won the most primaries, I've won a majority of the pledged delegates. If you're undecided, the best thing to do is to go with Barack Obama. I think that's the pitch he's going to make to a lot of those superdelegates.
Well, Barack Obama also is not campaigning that much against Hillary Clinton now. I mean, he's really going toward John McCain, and he lashed out the other day when in Tennessee, one of those 527 groups played, they went after his wife, Michelle. Let's play just a portion of that, and then you can explain how long that kind of thing is going to last.
Let me tell you something. For the first time in my adult lifetime, I'm really proud of my country.
Hi, I'm Bob Hope, and I'm proud to be an American because mainly of the First Amendment, the right to worship God anywhere I choose to, and the Second Amendment, I got the right to keep and bear arms. I've always been proud to be an American.
Yeah, Russ, this raises the whole issue of what's fair game in terms of attacks on spouses and family members and surrogates in an election. You recall that in North Carolina, the Republican Party there ran ads with the Reverend Jeremiah Wright in them, denouncing him and his association with Obama. John McCain asked the Republican Party in Arizona to stop running those ads. He cannot force them to. So we're seeing a similar attack ad in Tennessee, this time going after the candidate's spouse, and Barack Obama was very upset about that. I suspect we've not seen the last of these types of ads, as distasteful as they are to many, many voters.
All right, Mark, we'll talk to you again tomorrow, and you can go on Mark Curtis Media KTVU.com to read his blog. Thanks for talking with us this morning. Time now 7:53. Let's go back to the desk.